What's up, everybody? I'm here. I'm back with another video. It's been about 2 weeks since I posted my last video, so I feel like that's been a long time. I don't know if it feels like that for y'all, but I am back with another video. I'm excited for this tutorial. I'm doing a rainbow outline look, and it's going to be matte, so I'm happy to be bringing you guys a tutorial. Also, I want to kind of hurry and edit it because I will be going out of town in a few days, so I thought about recording a little vlog for that, just so you guys can see a little bits and pieces of the trip, if I have time to, because vlogging and recording, it does take a little bit of extra time, so we'll see if I have time for that. But I definitely want to show you guys how I'm going to do my nails for Miami, so I'm going to be posting that video very soon, and then I might try to do a little vlog and then get that up as well. But yeah, back to this video. I'm doing a rainbow outline. Like I said, I've already pushed my cuticles back. I love doing that. That's one of my favorite steps to do. I think it just has it leaves your nails with a clean look at the end of the set. Once I push my cuticles back, I go in with this drill bit. I get this drill bit from Amazon, and you guys know I get my drill from Sally's. I do think you can get a cheaper one on Amazon. I actually said that I would try to get myself a cheaper one on Amazon. I just haven't had time to look yet, but I do like this drill. I've been using this drill for about 2 years now, and it's still working, so pretty good drill. I'm going to be going around the cuticle with this drill bit. It just helps you create a nice and neat cuticle area. I think it's super important that you guys do this step. I think it helps to your full set to last as long as it needs to. And then also, this is one of my favorite drill bits as well. It just lets the nail become more smooth. I love that. I love when I can add a full set of nails, or when I can add tips to the nail and the nail is clean and smooth and buffed and just ready to go. I think that's super important. And I just love, I love prepping. I don't know, you guys might hate it. I think it's just very important, and it just sets the foundation for, you know, the set you're going to be doing and how long it's going to last and the finished outcome. So I think some people might not like to prep, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things that has to be done. So yeah, I will be using this to buff out all of the nails, and then I'm going to be adding some tips. Okay, so the tips that I have just shown, I got them from Amazon, and I really like those tips. I actually ran out recently, and I thought my life was going to be over. I didn't realize how much I loved them, and I really do like them though. They're pretty inexpensive. I get them from Amazon, so they come in like a day and a half, really. So I definitely recommend these tips. They will help you out a lot, and they really are great. But we're going to be adding these tips. I got that glue that I'm using from Sally's. It's also one of my favorite glues. I feel like everything that I'm using is my favorite. I feel like I keep saying that, but really these products that I'm using, I've been using for a while now. Besides the tips, I've been using the tips for maybe a month or so, but I really do love them. I love this glue. It's like by far one of the most reliable ones that I've used so far, which is why I have like this big container, so I don't ever run out as fast anymore. And so yeah, we're going to be adding some tips. Adding tips it can be pretty difficult. I think a tip, I guess you can say a tip to add the tip is to make sure that you're looking at the sidewalls when you apply the tips. Sometimes it can be confusing because you're looking at like where you're holding the tip, you want to look at where your client's sidewalls are, because that way you know the tip will be on straight. If you follow their natural nail, really, that'll help you out a lot. It helps me out a lot too, honestly. And then adding tips won't be as difficult for you anymore, maybe. But yeah, just look at the sidewalls, look at how their natural nail is already, and then try to use that as a guideline. And I think that'll help out a lot. So yeah, we're going to be adding this. I sped this up because I didn't want it to take too long. But yeah, after we add the tips on there, we're going to be cutting. I use a nail clipper to cut, which we'll see in a little bit. I just use a regular nail clipper. My nail clipper is a straight edge nail clipper. It doesn't have the curve in it like the normal ones. When I first saw the straight one, I thought it was like a game changer. It saves you so much time. It just lets you have that straight free edge versus it being like kind of round, because we don't want a round one really, especially if you're doing like a coffin or like a tapered square. So definitely try to get yourself a straight edge nail clipper. It is a time saver, game changer, a lifesaver, all of the above. I really do like it. As you can see here, it has a straight edge and not like the curved one that we're all used to seeing, like from back in the day, I guess. So, and it was pretty cheap. I think you can get this from probably any beauty supply store, probably even Target or Walmart even has it. Or always you can get it from Amazon. I love Amazon. I get everything from Amazon. So yeah, now we're going to be shaping the nails, and I love to shape with the 80/80 grit nail file. It's just easy for me. When I first started doing nails, an 80/80 was too sharp. It was too aggressive for me to shape with, because I just felt like it took off too much too fast. So maybe don't use this one because it is a little bit aggressive, or just maybe take your time if you are going to use a more aggressive nail file. I still take my time, and I've been doing nails for a little while now, not that long, but I do still take my time when I am shaping. It's like I said before in my other videos, it's one of those things that was super hard for me. So again, a tip with shaping is to make sure that you're looking at the sidewalls when you shape. It will help you out a lot to look and use their nails as a guideline. So if you do that, I think that your shaping should get a little bit easier for you. Okay, so now I'm pretty happy with this shape. I'm going to be taking that same drill bit that we used to buff out the natural nail. I'm going to be taking it and going over where the natural nail and the tip meet. So there's like basically a little hump there, and I use the drill bit to kind of smooth it down, so that way the acrylic lays on pretty evenly. I'm not really sure if you have to do this step. I've just been doing it from the beginning, but it's been working for me. But you should be fine. You'll probably find if you decide not to do it. You can also do that step with a hand file as well. It does not have to be an e-file. I'm now going to be taking this Young Nails primer, and I do 2 coats of this primer. And again, one of my favorites. I've been using this primer since the beginning, and it works very well for me, and I just feel like my sets last longer when I use that primer. Now we're going to be taking this Sugar and Cream acrylic color. It's a new color. It's the one that I use the most. So as you can see, I had to buy like a super big container of it, because before I was getting like the 1 ounce or the 2 ounce ones, and it just was not doing the job. Like, I was running out of it in like 2 weeks. I had to get a new one, and it just made more sense for me to get a bigger container of it because I was paying so much for shipping to get them shipped like so often. So I decided to get this big one, and I'm curious to see how long this one's gonna last me. It is one of my favorite nudes though. I really like it. It just goes well with any set, any skin tone. Like, it works really, really well for ombre. One of my favorite powders to use for an ombre. But now I'm going to be using this color on all of the nails. Now, you guys know how I do my acrylic. I just prefer to add one bead at a time and then work my way towards that cuticle. It just works for me. I don't really like to take a big bead of acrylic because it just stresses me out. I don't like feeling like I have to rush and maneuver my acrylic around over the nail. I just would prefer to start with a little bit and just work, just add as much as I think that I need. It's been working for me. I do, like, if I am rushing or trying to complete a set really fast or something, I will try to take bigger beads because I'm in a time crunch, but most of the time my beads are small. And as you can see here, I just take a bead, brush away what I don't need, and try to make it as flat as possible. And then I take another bead, place it right above it, and brush it down the nail, and then I clean up the sides so that I can maintain my shape. One of my favorite steps. I love doing that. If I don't do that, I feel like I just basically shape the nails for no reason. So you'll always see me like taking my brush and cleaning the side walls of the nail. And then once I feel like I'm satisfied with that, I'll take another bead and place that right on top of it, and then pat it around so that way it gets to where I want it to go on the nail. And then I clean up the sidewalls again. I'm dipping my brush in the monomer, trying to make sure that nail is smooth, and then I'll just keep doing this until I get to the cuticle, and then I'll add another bead on top of the one I just did, so that way I can form my apex and make sure that there's strength there so that the nails don't break pretty easily. And I did record doing the rest of the nails, so I'll let you guys watch this part, and then I'll be back when it's time to add like the color and the outline and stuff. Okay, so I've added that color to all of the nails, and now I'm going to be taking my hand file. This is an 8080 green nail file, the same one that I used to shape the nails, and I'm going to go in and clean up my shape, and I'm going to buff out the nail so that it's nice and smooth. I prefer to do my buffing and my shaping with the hand file. I do see some people use an e-file, which I'm not like against or anything like that. I actually want to try it, shaping with my e-file, but I just like to do it with my hand file. I take it as like I'm holding it. I don't even know how to really explain it. I take it and I hold it like horizontal, and I just go around the nail. Like, it just helps me to get the nail smooth. I've been doing this for a long time, and as you can see, like I'm just taking my file and I'm just really just buffing away at the nail until I feel like it's smooth enough, and then I go back in and reshape that free edge to make sure that it's pretty straight. And then yeah, shaping is really one of those things that's so hard for me to explain, because I don't know, I just do it. It's just one of those things that was so hard for me to learn. And I guess, like I said, make sure you are looking at those sidewalls though. Like, that definitely did help me a lot, because I used to really struggle, man, when it came to shaping. So pay attention to the sidewalls, pay attention to the way your client's nails are already, like to where those sidewalls already are, and you should be okay. So yeah, I want to be shaping all of the nails, and then I'm gonna go in with my e-file. And the reason why I go in with my e-file is because I created a lot of dust here on top of the nail. When I'm using my e-file, when I'm using my hand file, there's a lot of dust there, and I can't really add a clear coat or a clear top coat or any color on top of that, because it really wouldn't be smooth. So I use my e-file, so my electric file, and I just go all over the nail to kind of smooth it out, and that really helps to remove all the dust and make sure that that nail is smooth, so you can apply your gel top coat, your clear top coat, your gel colors, or any design that you want to do. I highly recommend that you buff away the dust and everything from when you are reshaping. Alright, so now I'm taking this line brush. Well, I guess you can call it a design brush. I got these brushes from Amazon, and I'm going to be using a white gel polish, and I'm going to be creating the outline for where I want my colors to go. So this, I mean, I guess you should make the line as straight as possible. I wouldn't stress about how straight the line is. One thing for me is I'm not good at like anything drawing wise. I can't really draw to save my life, so even doing line work is a little bit difficult for me, but I make it work. This design is actually like one of my favorite things to do. I just like the way that it looks. It just gives it the acrylic set a different look, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to be taking this white polish and I go around all of the nails, and I'm trying to make it a little bit thicker here because I don't think I was making it as thick. So you can go over it as many times as you want, and then you'll have to cure this for, I wouldn't cure it for over 30 seconds because I think that's where I kind of messed up at. I think mine was too dry, so in some of the places the color wasn't really trying to stay put, if you will. Like it wasn't really, like the color wasn't really like sticking to the white polish, because I think on some parts of it was just a little bit too dry. So I would cure it for like about 30 seconds or less before you put your powder colors on there. Okay, so again, once you're happy with your lines and you think they're thick enough or thin enough, however you want your lines to be, you can go ahead and cure it for 30 seconds or less. Now then I'm going to open up all these colors. I got these colors from Amazon. Right when I realized that I wanted to do this design, I saw it on Instagram. Her name is Nails by Sydney, I believe, so shout out to her. She's the reason why I even saw this. I think somebody sent this to me and I was like, oh, I want to try doing that. So I hopped on Amazon and I ordered these colors, and they were here like within the next day or so. And I think they were like $5, and I got like about 15 different colors. But yeah, I'm going to be taking, I have this older, well, not even old, I got this brush from Amazon and I did not like it at all. It was just, the quality didn't feel good to me at all, really. I don't know why. It definitely will do the job, but for some reason I felt like it was holding acrylic way more than my other brush was. And as you guys know, it's so hard to do acrylic if your brush is kind of like holding that acrylic in there. So I just kind of threw this brush to the side, and since I don't use it anymore, I just decided to just mess it up with these colors. And so yeah, this is just an acrylic brush. I think this is like a size 10 brush, I think. Size 10 yeah, size 10 brush. So I'm just dipping it in those colors and then just sticking it and pressing it into that white outline. Also, I wasn't really neat with this at all. So as you can see on the pinky nail, there's like colors in the middle of the nail. If I were you, I would kind of try to be a little bit more neat, because I didn't realize that I was gonna have to brush the colors off once I was finished. So yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about in a second when I finish doing this to all the nails. I just was like, so excited to slap the colors on there and throw the colors on there. I wasn't really thinking like, you know, to try to be a little bit more neat or as neat as possible, so that way it'd be an easier cleanup. So yeah, kinda regret not doing it a little bit more neatly, but whatever. I still liked it. I still think it came out cute. So, but yeah, just a little heads up. Okay, so we're finishing up here, and I love the way that this looks. Honestly, I would wear my nails just like this as is. I think that is so cute. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Whatever. This is where I was saying where I wish I was being more neat, because as you can see, that brush was not getting the colors off as easy as I thought it would. Like I wanted the colors to be like straight and like on the outline. As you can see, I was like getting the colors on the skin. So it worked a little bit, but it definitely wasn't it wasn't as precise as I wanted it to be. So that's when I decided to wet my brush with some alcohol and to try to clean it up and get it a little bit more neat. And that worked. It did the job. Still not as neat as I wanted it to, but at that point it was either I start over, which I really didn't think it was necessary because I don't know, you really couldn't tell. But yeah, like I said, I would just try to be a little bit more neat in the first place, so that way you wouldn't really even have to even deal with this part. But yeah, alcohol did definitely do the trick. It helped. It was a little bit easier. But yeah, now once I finish cleaning this up, I'm going to be taking Vanessa Nails matte top coat, and it's a gel matte top coat. And I'm not really sure if I used the matte on here before, but I will say that was one of my favorite matte top coats that I've ever used. I've never been a fan of matte because I could never find one that was like that looks super cute or anything, but like that one was so I'm like obsessed with that matte color. You apply like your regular gel top coat, and then you cure it for the regular normal amount of time, and then you take it out and it's just like perfect, the perfect matte color. So yeah, super obsessed. I've had this color for a long time and I just now decided to use it. So yeah, I really like how this set came out. It was something fun, something unusual. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'm going to be recording my nails for Miami. Like I said, maybe I'll get a vlog up so you guys can see bits and pieces of the trip. So let me know if you guys want to see that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys when I post my Miami nails. And I'll probably have that up in a couple of days. So thanks guys, thanks for watching.